Hi guys.
Hi.
So that's the wrap up from today from Katrine. We're gonna maybe have a little bit of a session. What time is it now, roughly? Can we have a time check, please?
It's 5 o'clock. Yes.
You don't know, do you? You don't
Well,
know what time zone
I've got
you're in.
18:03 on here.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming it's 5. I have my clock here.
It's been.
Yes, it is. It's coming up to 5 past. We're just about to lose our bloggers. Maybe we should quickly draw you in.
Well, Scott
on,
should sit down and quickly for 5 minutes, for less than 5 minutes, because Scott's hungry.
They are hungry.
Scott's really hungry, so we've got to be like bang, 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 bang.
Yeah.
He's got things to do. Scott, we just had a quick conversation about the Coney session you went in. You did a blog post today. You're going to do a couple more tonight. Tell me about the Tom stuff, because that kind of sparked for you today.
Yeah, I think it was, I think a lot of my belief is a lot of arts and cultural institutions, they sort of set things up like year 1 planning, year 2 execution, year 3 monitoring and evaluation. It's very like segmented over 3 years when there really needs to be a more lean and agile approach.
Right.
I think like a lot of startups and businesses and even other nonprofits have sort of caught on to that, but maybe it's not sort of, some organizations are doing it really well, and I think they are an example of that. And so they led us through a really experienced prototyping exercise. It was really fast paced, and it was just really set up really well.
Maybe what a lot of cultural institutions need to do is kind of sandbox off almost like a pseudo startup where they can experiment and go and do a lot of stuff, because if they're worried about sort of those people in those positions, maybe they need to take a leaf out of the startup culture book and go, you know what, we can splinter something off and have it as a system or a partner site. Yeah,
maybe. It's interesting. I was at an arts residency a few months ago, and we were kind of talking about like art entrepreneurship and what does that mean. And I think a lot of artists are kind of hesitant to do it for a lot of very valid reasons. Sure. And so I think there needs to be some kind of balance that might look a little differently than startups, and I don't honestly know what that is, but yeah, I think there are some things. I think just being more flexible and allowing people to experiment a little bit more. And I think that, a lot of institutions are really like top bottom, which is fine if it works for that organization. But the leadership or the board or whoever's in control needs to sort of give these people that have really innovative and disruptive ideas the power to do it. Yeah, and some airtime, and you can do it really cheap too. I think a lot of startups have proven, get 100, 1,000 quid, dollars, whatever. You can build some really, exactly. You can build some really great programs. And then I think there needs to be more feedback, right, between the people that you're actually implementing it, because the idea of what your art institution actually, the need it's serving can change rapidly, or it can be totally different. You might have missed the mark because of biases or whatever.
I think that's totally valid. And actually, I think that's a good rounding sort of tie-up for the end of the day. That was awesome, man. Go on. And you've been awesome today. All the bloggers have been really awesome today. Like, you got us, I think the impressions were like 1.3 million impressions and about 40,000 uniques across the 7 or 8 bloggers, which is pretty awesome. Which is pretty awesome. So enjoy your food.
Well, you guys should get
enjoy your food. Enjoy your food.
To all you guys out.
Virtual high-fiving. That's going to catch on. So it was a really good day. We're going to kind of probably tie things up.
I think, I don't think people are coming up here afterwards. I mean, they're rounding off now.
Yeah.
The main thing is that we just wanted to say, whatever you've watched along with today, just thanks very much. And also try and tweet to us that you have been there or not been there, because we're trying to find out, as well as presenters, how do we know you're there?
Yeah.
And how do we know that we're engaging adequately, or whether we're giving you enough or we're talking too much? Do you want to see this at other conferences? Because if you do and it works, we're going to be writing a case study of this, of how much it's cost and how people have approached it. So we can try and offer this as an offering to other conferences, to festivals, to arts organisations that might want to do something similar at a similar kind of arts budget.
But also, I think subtle. I also think, though, is that in the same way as that day's finished, I think live streams finish really abruptly, and I think what you've tried to do today is kind of close it off nicely, so that you've got you've got a start, a middle, and an end. A bit like when you sort of actually at a conference, you sort of check in, and then everybody's going off for drinks afterwards. I normally feel like I've been there all day for 8 hours. So actually, just stopping myself and going, I've watched the last few things. So no, it's good to do an end.
We've got a reception, which unfortunately you aren't able to attend, and we're not mad enough to continue live streaming even that.
Yeah, I'm not just on TV. It's not happening.
But we are going to be trying to do another app attack tonight with Viteclone. I think we've got Kath and Faith from the Edinburgh session, cool. Which I think they're talking tomorrow. But they're going to be doing a bit of a showcase about the Edinburgh Festival and the Festival Fringe. So we've got a few performances, so we'll try and capture that. I'm sure me and Phil will be doing some audio booze.
Mad stuff.
And some bits and pieces. Yeah. But in terms of the live stream, join us tomorrow. Tomorrow
morning, same sort of time at 8:30.
Shall we give Rich the last word?
Yeah, why not?
I just want to listen. Guys, I just want to say it's really, really difficult sitting in the conference, listening to the speakers. You might be really engaged by them. You might be bored stiff, but you're trying to listen to them anyway.
Yeah.
Also, you're looking at their PowerPoints. You're looking at the pictures. You're digesting. There's people whispering to you. You're looking at your tweets. You're trying to tweet. Take notes. I mean, this is quite hard. So the whole multitasking thing is quite interesting. So, I'm just kind of, it's interesting, just this kind of multi-channel media experience, both, for other guys to watch over the interweb.
Yeah, you can
and also for us to, but it's kind of interesting, So
I don't think it's fully there yet, and I think it needs more maturity, and it maybe needs more people feeding in saying, if this had happened, and we can feed that into the schedule, because the schedule was something that you would normally put together for a sort of bricks and mortar event.
Yeah.
And although we're in a bricks and mortar event, we're trying to curate what we would want to watch. So I think we've got a bit of a way to go. But tomorrow, do feedback to us.
Tomorrow morning, similar kind of programme. We're going to meet at the registration.
Yes.
And we've got the
tweet
wall going on. We've got Bizaboo.
If you have watched all day, thank you, and also let us know and what you're having for tea, because I'm starving.
We are starving.
And I want some decision making going on, so that'll be good.
Yeah, you're showing your regional what's for tea.
What's for tea?
Supper for dinner.
We hope it's chips. It's chips.
Yeah. So it's a Midlander here from England.
A little bit later tomorrow. We're a 9 o'clock registration rather than a 9:30.
Okay.
So we will see you at 9:30. And I think my very last thing that I want to do is to thank Ollie and the Sonic team.
Yes. Ollie's the man in the corner.
Nobody
ever talks about the tech team. That does my head in. They're people. They're not robots. They're people.
He's done a brilliant job. So thanks, Ollie.
Thanks, Ollie. We'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm at Phil Campbell on Twitter.
I'm at PCM Creative.
Rich Hadley, Audiences Europe.